Well, now let us see what happens in the events of the Insidious series before it even went to the Lambert household. Prepare yourselves, because here's a review of Insidious Chapter 3. Big T's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 2015 supernatural horror flick Insidious Chapter 3, originally released by Gramercy Pictures, along with Stage 6 Films, Entertainment One, and Blumhouse, directed by series co-creator Leigh Whannell in his directorial debut. This is a prequel to the first two films and third installment of the Insidious franchise, and the first film in the actual in-story, well, chronology. The film stars Dermot Mulroney, Stefanie Scott, along with Whannell himself, Angus Sampson, and Lin Shaye reprising their roles from the previous films. The film was released on June 5th, 2015. Now, of course, this does not focus on the Lamberts. This is a prequel, as I said, but it focuses on a new family and story and would not connect to the last scene in the second film, which would occur in the fifth film, which that's still to come. The film got mixed reviews, but did pretty well at the box office. So I will not tell you to give you a look into the other films, since it's a prequel film. So let's get into the story. In 2007, 3 years before the Lambert haunting, teenager Quinn Brenner meets with retired demonologist Elise Rainier. Elise reluctantly agrees to try to contact the spirit of Quinn's mother, Lily, who died 1 year prior. However, Elise urges Quinn not to try to contact her mother again after sensing a malevolent force. Grace, an elderly woman who lives at Quinn's apartment building and suffers from dementia, says several strange and cryptic things to Quinn, seeming to allude to an unseen spirit. Quinn later attends an audition for a performance arts school. After leaving the audition, she sees a mysterious figure waving to her from the distance on the street. Distracted, she is hit by a car, breaking both of her legs. Now stuck in her home with her father Sean and brother Alex, Quinn begins to experience increasingly disturbing paranormal phenomena, including seeing visions of a dark spirit wearing an oxygen mask known as the Man Who Can't Breathe. Quinn realizes that he is the same figure that caused her accident. Sean runs into Grace's husband, Harry, and learns that Grace has passed away. Sean meets Willis, who, like him, is also grieving after the death of her husband Jack, and tries to convince her to help his daughter. Elise declines, stating that her previous visits to the dark spiritual world of the Further made her realize that an evil spirit, a bride in black, is hunting her. However, she is convinced by her friend and former colleague, Carl, to continue using her spiritual ability after he reminds her about her successful case involving Josh Lambert in 1986, and that she is stronger than the spirits because she is still alive. Due to Elise's initial refusal, Alex suggests Sean call on alleged demonologists Specs and Tucker, who have built a following on the internet. During their investigation, Quinn becomes briefly possessed by the Man Who Can't Breathe and attacks Sean, Specs, and Tucker. Sean realizes Specs and Tucker are frauds and prepares to kick the duo out until Elise arrives, deducing that the dark spirit's goal is to lure potential victims to the Further so it can eat their life force. Elise decides to enter the spiritual world and enlists Specs and Tucker to help. Now for the ending, you know the procedure. You have 5 seconds to stop this video right now. Go to the description box below and fast forward to the time below. If you've seen this movie already, please continue. Okay, you've been warned. Elise enters the further and has a brief fight with the Brian Black before she discovers Jack's spirit. Jack begins to encourage Elise to commit suicide so that they might be reunited. Elise realizes that Jack is actually the man who can't breathe in disguise and orders it to release Quinn. Quinn appears. Elise and the man who can't breathe engage in a struggle over Quinn before Elise escapes the further and realizes that Quinn has to defeat him on her own, though Quinn is at first at a disadvantage. Elise receives a message from Grace's spirit. Lily had left Quinn a letter to read before she graduated high school, but Quinn never found it. Elise calls out to Lily's spirit to help. Lily suddenly appears in the further and helps Quinn defeat the man who can't breathe by inspiring her to stand up for herself and pull off his mask, seemingly suffocating and destroying him. Quinn escapes the further, and Elise gives parting words to the family, including words of encouragement from Lily's spirit. She leaves with Specs and Tucker, and the three agree to form a partnership. Later in her home, Elise's barks at an unseen force. Elise cannot see that behind her, a demon with a red face is watching. That's the end of the story. So, what did I think of Insidious Chapter 3? Though I've only seen it once, like the last film, I am going to say it was still just as eerie and what have you, due to it being a prequel and what have you. Well, its reviews were a little more decent and what have you over the previous installment. Film sits at 57% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying the film isn't as terrifying as the original, although it boasts surprising thematic depth as enlivened by another fine performance from Lin Shaye. Now, I gotta give Miss Shaye credit for that. She does an exceptionally good job. IGN said the film is the most focused, dark, and creepy installment of the series to date. I will say it is, um, yes, not sure how it would be compared to the other since it was a prequel, but I will say it is a good creepy experience. In another positive review, The Hollywood Reporter said the film offers a relatable young protagonist and several key supporting players from the prior films in a nimble setup to the series. Although Entertainment Weekly was mixed on it, saying it's the worst kind of sequel. Not terrible, but also cartoonishly unnecessary. Well, yes and no. But that's all the badness I'm gonna give you for this, or mixed and what have you. But there's lots of others and what have you. But I will say that I do like our young protagonist. This is good and what have you. Stefanie Scott does a very good job in playing Quinn. And I must say, that was a very good performance. Now, as for the rest of the cast, we have Dermot Mulroney playing Sean. He's good. And I'm glad we have Angus Sampson and Leigh Whannell back as Tucker and Specs. Those two are still good as always. Now, let's see. Oh, yes. We have playing Quinn's friend Maggie is Haley Kiyoko, who a few months later would reteam with Miss Scott for Gem and the Holograms for the Gem and the Holograms movie released the same year. But that film tanked big time. Kiyoko also recently played Velma in the two live-action Scooby-Doo movie prequels as well. Anyway, yeah, so and there's lots of others, but I will say I'm very happy that I got to see a young protagonist in the form of Quinn. I'm going to say that despite the character got hurt, but survived though. I'm just going to say she did an exceptionally good job. So that's a few things I like about the movie. And it does, and like the other films, it does have a creepy, eerie feel to it. The atmosphere's not too bad either. I think Leigh Whannell did a good job in his direction, and his story's not too bad either. So I gotta give him credit for that. Anyway, the film did fine, what have you. It went on to make 113 million worldwide against its $11 million budget. So anyway, after this, there would be a fourth film, and it would be a follow-up to this in the form of Insidious: The Last Key, which would be released 2 years later. And I will be talking about that in the next vid. So anyway, with everything said, I think it's pretty good. Oh, wait, I forgot something. Joseph Bashara's once again on board to do the score, and also makes an appearance as the mysterious lipstick faced demon. Yeah. So now you know about Insidious Chapter 3. I think the score was pretty good. The eerie feel of the film and atmosphere was pretty good. It has a pretty good cast. I mean, I liked the performances of Lin Shaye and plus Angus Sampson and Leigh Whannell and Dermot Mulroney, but it was Stefanie Scott who really stole the show, in my opinion. But you'll have to take my word for it. But I will say it's if I watch this again, I'll see if I can do a ranking of these films sometime down the road. But this was a first time watch for me, and I will say it's not too bad of a prequel. But would I recommend it? Well, I would say this would be a give it a one time watch. This is what I'm gonna do just to be on the safe side. Give it a one time watch, only if you are a hardcore completionist of the films. Okay, if you got what it takes to get through these films. So I'd say a one time watch would be worth it. Since I forgot the Insidious films is a PG-13 rated horror film series, so I'd say a one time watch. Again, only if you are a hardcore completionist. But what did you think of Insidious Chapter 3? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow and make the views grow. Help me get up to, help me, try and help me get up to more subscribers. Hopefully get to 1,000 before 2024 is over with. Please, tell all your friends about my channel. Give them the know about my channel. Share my vids with your friends if you wish, etc. Anyway, next time I'll be bringing to you a review of Insidious: The Last Key. So if you like this, consider checking out my reviews of the first 2 installments in the series. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of the first Insidious. The, the upper right-hand corner is my review of Insidious Chapter 2. Or if you'd like a little more ghostly activity form, check out my review of Paranormal Activity 3 in the bottom left-hand corner. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.